Okay, I've started recording, everybody. It seemed to have disappeared on me, but I got it back. All right, so once again, welcome to the webinar. This webinar is going to be on setting up a WordPress blog on a cPanel. I'm going to be doing on the Marketing Survival Skills cPanel, which I've never used before. So one of the reasons why I like doing webinars like this is I like to sort of do it the way you would do it and come across any problems as we go. I haven't rehearsed this at all. My other blog is on Yahoo hosting and it's totally different. So, but I have used cPanels over the years for various websites. So one of the first steps you need to do is purchase a domain. And with that domain, you need to forward it to the host. And if you're with Marketing Survival Skills hosting, these are the hostings here: ns1.msshosting.com and ms2.mss hosting. Now, I use Namecheap. But GoDaddy's just as good. I've just found personally Namecheap has always served me well, and I like their online support. Now I registered this domain, and this is not an easy domain to register, and I found with Namecheap they had to manually register it and get it approved simply because it's got Google in the domain name. But it was very easy using their service. They sorted it all out while I was online. So once, if you're using Namecheap or GoDaddy, once you've got your domain, as we're talking, you put in ns1.ms hosting and the ms2, and you pretty much, I've already saved mine, but that's how you forward it to your host. So if your hosting was somewhere else, that was ABC hosting.com, they would have a similar sort of name server, ns1, ns2 at abc.com. But you check with your hosting plan who's running the cPanel. But this one is with Marketing Survival Skills, so I thought that would be the easiest way, as a lot of people get confused on how to do it. Now with cPanel hosting, with Marketing Skills, I've put on the toolbar. Now there's a few delays on the toolbar of late, I've noticed. If you go to, this one should be on there by now, go to MS Hosting Login. I've put the new login which Christy has been posting and Kath has been posting in the Skype chat rooms. This login here will go directly to your cPanel where this address comes up, which was announced as the new address over the last few days. So once you've set up your hosting domain name and you've contacted, for instance, if you're using Marketing Survival Skills, you send in a support ticket, you should have received an email from the hosting, whatever hosting you're using. And pretty much, if you want to know, it's fairly simple. If you want to see a video on changing the name service, there's one here for members. Now, all this will probably take a couple of days, depending on how quickly the name servers change over. They usually say 72 hours. Sometimes it's quicker. I remember mine actually changed over fairly quickly. And then how long it takes for your hosting service to set it up as well. So they usually allow a couple of days to get everything underway. So I'm going to log in with my login. Now, depending on your hosting uses Cpanel, and pretty much Cpanel on most hosting is fairly similar as far as what's here. Now, when I had this set up, I had this set up ages ago. I didn't change this main account over, but it still works. I added in a domain name. I only learnt this week. Pretty much, so if you're doing this as a second domain, all you need to do is put in your domain and create a password. As you can see here, I've put in learngoogleplus.org. So I'm ready to go as far as the domain's pointing here. For instance, if I go to, we'll go to the domain. I'll put in .com. As soon as I set this up, this is what will come up instead of a blank page. That didn't work. It should come up as index. I don't know why it's not now, but you'll just get an index page come up. Okay, so what we need to do is we'll just go back. As marketing survival skills, we're always saying you can have multiple domains. That's how you pretty much add on new domains. You go through the same process which we've just gone through with either GoDaddy or Namecheap or whatever host you use. You might be using country codes and using a totally different host. Okay, so the next step. There with me. I'm just going to find the system we want. Okay, Fantastico Deluxe. Now this is the easiest way to get WordPress. What this Fantastico does, and I haven't set this up, so it's all learning curve right now, is you can pick various different types of software to set up on your domain. As you can see, we've got WordPress. There's a couple of other blog softwares. I've never used them, but I recommend you use WordPress. So at the moment I have no current installations. So I press, I believe, new installation. Now you can notice which I've got the two domains and a subdomain here. So we're doing learngoogleplus.org. Now you want to be careful where you put this. Some people might notice on my other blog, the D Company one, it doesn't directly go to the D Company domain, it goes to a subdomain. The reason is that domain's being used for all different types of things. But here, if you're doing a new domain, you're just going to use it for WordPress. It's highly recommended, which you don't have any directory to install it in, just install it directly. Now, enter a username, admin access data. I'm just going to make it fair. These things you got to remember in time. Okay, password. Okay, admin name. Site name. Okay, so I've entered those things in. Hopefully if I press install it'll work. Now if you're not using a Cpanel and you're using a site which is not, doesn't have a WordPress sort of plugin, like my Yahoo for instance, with the D company domain, it does have a similar sort of process, just a little bit different. But if you want to install it, there are other ways to install it. Pretty much you go and download WordPress on your computer and then upload it to your site. But this takes a lot of the headaches out of it. Okay, so press finish install. You can see it's set up a my SQL database for me. The username Detman /WordPress 1. Now the screen's just staying down the bottom, which is still waiting. It's still installing it. But it's great the fact I didn't have to go through all that sort of tech stuff you have to go through when you manually install it. It's still saying waiting. Does anyone have any questions so far?
There's no questions that I see, David.
Okay, cool. Still says waiting on the browser, so we'll just wait. One of the things you don't want to push these sort of things when you do it, setting up a directory. Alright, we've come up with an error, have we? No? Installed WordPress. Just never like anything with red. Let's just go through this. Okay, so home /Detman public learn. Okay, so that's pretty much the directory. Please note the own installation auto configuring of WordPress, but we do not offer any type of support. You need a username to enter the admin area. Okay, so I've set that up. Okay, so I'll just open another tab. So, okay, for some reason, it's telling me to bookmark this. Just trying to work out why this domain name doesn't want to work at the moment. Let's see what happens when we just put in the dot. I'm just going to check on my other computer very quickly. Make sure it's not the computer. Just bear with me, guys. One of the things which happened when I first tried to put in the domain, like I say, it should have gone to an index. And when I registered it across to here, it did work. Now I'm just trying to work out why. Because this should be working right here. Just copy the link. Skype myself the link. Maybe on this one. All right. Because for some reason the domain is not working. I don't know if anyone has any suggestions. I say the domain was working the other day, so.
David, I'm going to post in our chat a comment that Roland turned you and sent about it. Okay?
Yep. Cool.
If I can get it's turned blue on me now. Let me see. Maybe I can just copy it because it's not letting me. I went to ask it. There it is. Okay. He gave it a site for you to look at that's related to this.
All right. Okay. I love when these problems happen. At least you know, which everyone has these technical issues. But just let people know, when I did set it up the other day, I sort of didn't want to do too much. Pretty much because I wanted to do it with you guys here, and one of the things was when I first had the domain, it went to a blank page and cannot find. when I went through the process of setting up the actual domain on the hosting, it suddenly went to, you know, an index page like there was nothing there, and I thought, yes, this is fine because we haven't set any index pages up. But like I say, today when I put the domain in, it's just not firing up at all. It shouldn't be pointing this way unless there's a couple of ways to sort of deal with it. Wait and see what happens. Repoint the name servers again, but that will take time. So, but that's pretty much how you set up the WordPress blog. Once you have it set up, what I might do is I will jump across to my other blog and show you what a WordPress blog looks like. You just have to bear with me because I'm going to have to grab it off the other computer. And we can go through and have a look at a few things. Okay, so this is what we should be seeing. This is my other blog. Right, but this would be the next step. I would be, let's go back here. If that was working, I would be putting in my password and my username. Okay, so now you wouldn't have all this here. You'd be at the step where you wanted to look at themes. Okay, this is the current theme I'm using at the moment. Now, something I found out recently which is very interesting about themes is some themes rank better for SEO than other themes. Now, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what this theme ranks for. But when you're putting a theme on, one thing you want to consider is some themes claim to have better SEO than others. Now, pretty much I've got a few themes in here which I've either used or looked at. But that's just something you want to look out for. But if you want to, once you've got this set up, you want to go to menus, install themes, up again. You can search any type of theme. So let's just put in red and search. Now this is a very commonly used theme. You just press preview on all these, you can actually sort of get them up on your screen. Let's see what your blog could look like. Now, depending on the blog you're going to have, one of the things I've been taught is to keep things fairly basic. My WordPress site at the moment isn't that basic, but if you're just going to do like a brand name, for instance, like the learngoogleplus.org, what I'm going to be doing with that is keeping it very, very basic. I'm going to have very few plugins on it, and I'm going to have pictures, videos, and text, where I sort of attract people which like images, like watching videos, and also people who like reading. And I'm going to have them either, if I want to send them somewhere, I'm going to have a point of direction at the bottom of the blog post. If you're selling a product and you're going to build a WordPress blog solely around that product, that's the type of thing you want to do, is have it very simple. Have the affiliate links. One of the recommendations too is always have, when you're choosing sidebars, only have a right-hand sidebar, and only put a few things in it. If it's a personal blog, you can go through and have a lot of things. Like, I'll just go into my bonus tips, for instance. Let people know too while I'm on that subject. There's a whole lot of new things on here, including the apps, which I put on yesterday. Because one of the reasons why I decided to do this Google.org site is I'm solely going to keyword for that. And even though I have it all here on my main blog, though I haven't put much text in these, because I wanted to get them up quick. You can see it's a very busy page. Now, for my main blog, I'm not too concerned about that. But I'm going to look at, with the new one, just really cleaning it up. I'll probably have an installation for the social network toolbar, but I'm going to make a new banner directing which it has training for the Learn Google org site. But you can see I've got a lot of busy things on here. The other thing, if you're looking at doing like a product, you might want to consider taking the comments out. There are plugins which will remove comments. But if it's a personal blog, that's fine. It works well to have comments. Just depends which way you're going to go. So that's just sort of been my personal blog, which has turned into my training blog over time. It's sort of collected a lot of dust. So if we go back to things, there's one theme which has been recommended to me. Now, I don't have an affiliate link or anything for this theme. I was just looking at how much it costs. It is a free theme, and it's highly ranked with people who are using it for SEO and affiliate products. So if I just go back to the home page, if you don't want to buy it, like I say, it is free. What the conditions are, if you're using it as a free theme, is they will put this, I believe. So paying for it removes tracebacks to them. Okay. Now, one of the reasons why this theme's been recommended, I've looked at quite a few websites using this through some training I've been doing, is it has several different options with it. It has various different templates. But the main thing is it loads fairly quickly. And pretty much just saying, for a niche sort of site, it's going to rank well. that's what you're really looking for when it comes to a WordPress blog. So this is actually on the toolbar. The toolbar is a bit slow in updating stuff, but it will be under, this is going to be an icon here come up at some point saying WordPress. Okay, so you can, when you do find it on your toolbar, it'll be under WordPress. But I submitted that data last night for the toolbar and it hasn't come up. Usually it comes up instantaneously. Okay, Kath, do we have any questions so far? Do you have an answer?
Yes, Melissa Robinson was asking a question I posted to you about how to add a picture. She had trouble doing so in Facebook and wants to know how to do it in your blog. I did give her some ideas, but I also said if you didn't address it in your webinar, you would answer it.
Right.
Directly.
There was another question about what's the difference between .com and .org as well.
That was me making a suggestion.
All right. I'm on the ball. Okay, well, pretty much there's not a lot of difference these days between domain names. Like, I'll just address that one first. Let's go back to
David.
Yeah.
What I meant was difference between WordPress.com and WordPress.org.
All right.
Perhaps what I should say was that you can't, as a network marketer, WordPress.org better, and that's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah. Look, honestly, you really want to host your own account as far as getting a domain and having web hosting. Like with marketing survival skills as web hosting, I mean, we'll get into this later, but that's pretty much free as part of the service. And like I say, you can have multiple domains. So if you're someone who's getting started out and you want to get some hosting, definitely use the marketing survival skills hosting because it's sucks to be a member of marketing survival skills, and right now it's free. So, but the whole thing is the hosting isn't a charge; it's for all the training, which you're getting charged for $10 a month. So that the hosting's just chucked in as an extra value. So what I might do is I think this is probably important to cover too. If I was to put in my name, for instance, I'm just going to do a search. There's a whole lot of different domain names. I spelt my name wrong. That's scary. Probably put it in the wrong box. No, I didn't. Like, there's a whole lot of various different domains you can buy now. And these are just general domains. And they're all at various different prices. For instance, the main domains are .com, .biz. I quite often use .info. Just because they're cheap. You may have an invite to this webinar and you're invited under mssevent.info. I think that domain cost me a whole $5 at the time. I think they're even cheaper right now. But there's various domains you can buy. One of the things you want to also look into is buying your country codes if you're targeting a specific country. That can be very effective as well. But one of the things about domains is if you're going to do an affiliate product or a multi-level marketing name, you might want to consider having keywords which point to what you're trying to sell or the product you're trying to sell. Say, for instance, you're selling fitness products. You might want to have a domain keywords in it which point to the type of fitness products you're selling, because Google sees that right through. And that's why the learngoogle.org domain is pretty much keyworded towards Learn Google Plus, and that's solely why I'm using it. So, okay. Just going to have another look at the questions. We're going to cover pictures.
And David?
Yes, Kath?
Okay. David, William has a question on how you can find out how well themes do in SEO, sorry.
As far as finding out with the domain itself, it's a little bit hard. Oh, sorry, I mean with the theme itself, it's a little bit hard. However, I'm just trying to think where I can find it. This computer doesn't have it on it at the moment. It's SEO. There's a tool. Might be in, so I think where I put it, might be in Firefox plugins. Just looking to see what it is. I've got it on my other computer. It's always the way, isn't it? I just can't remember what the what it was. But there's a tool you can get for Firefox, and it's either called SEO Doctor or it's called SEO something. There's a couple which I had, which comes up on the bottom of your bar here, and it gives you a load time, a page rank flow, web annex, meta description, number of links, SEO friendly URLs, your H1 and your H2 tags, and so on. Every page you go to on the internet, it will show you that information if you pull up the box. I'm just trying to remember the name of the actual product. Bear with me. Trying to see whether I can bring up the product on the other computer. One of the things is I did this a while ago, doing a video done. Anyway, when I think of it, William, I'll get back to you, but one of the things I would do is go to your, not right now, tools, add-ons, we'll search for SEO. But for people who want SEO, this tool is really cool. I just can't remember which one it is. Just go through Firefox. I wish I could get the name. I'll give you the name. Just have a look on this other computer and go to my plugins and see which one. mention. Alright, I've got my list up now, so I should be able to find it. Sorry you guys can't see this, but this is on the other computer, so I've got a feeling it is the SEO doctor. This one here. I'll show you the screenshot of it. It is the SEO doctor. I just didn't want to give you the wrong one. So as you can see on here, it comes up just down the bottom. What I might do is actually install it because I think this is important. Hopefully it won't take too long. Okay, now getting back to photos. If you're going to do a post, like for instance, this is the last post I did. All you need to do to insert a picture, this is a picture right here, is pretty much, now unfortunately I'm using Yahoo with this, so it might be a little bit different. But I've just pulled up the picture link. It's a shame I can't do this in the Cpanel. Just pull up a photo. You know these pictures are on this computer. And I press upload. If anyone can tell me whether this is similar to Cpanel, just let me know. Good. So I'm just moving screens for the webinar at the moment. I've managed to lose that. So once again, you go on the picture, your little icon. Browse. Pick a picture. Upload. Now this picture was taken with an iPhone, so it doesn't have a file name, but one of the things you want to do, well I say it doesn't have a file name, it doesn't have a correct file name, automated file address, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So you can see it's got iPhone 0021. Whenever you're doing a blog, I recommend which you rename the picture to the keywords you're going for in the blog. Okay, instead of having this, and see how it's got iPhone here. I should be, say I was doing this about a flood, and I want to keyword the word flooding. Try and spell it first. Then I put maybe another keyword, big flood. Now the other thing you want to do is you want to take the name out. because all that will do is send it a picture on my files. Now, if you want it, if you're trying to send traffic somewhere, you put in the URL, the traffic you want it to go to. So, say I want to send it to flooding.com, I just put in HTTP. I don't know whether that's a real website. .com. And then I just insert it into the post. Roland's saying which there's a bit of back feed on your mic. Do you want to just move away from it a bit?
Oops, sorry, I thought I had muted myself. I apologize.
That's all right. Okay, so here it's come up here. Now, if I was to go to visual, I'm not going to post this post. You can see the big flood icon is loading up. Like that. Now, if I wanted to separate it, I'd just go into the coding and put a page break, but I just wanted to demonstrate that. Okay. Right, now, add-ons. How are we going with this add-on? Okay, it's been installed, so I'm going to have to do a restart. Okay. Let's get rid of this bar. Now it should have. I'm just looking to see where it should come up down the bottom here. You. Okay. There we go. All right, so this is the bar. Okay. Now, I'll go back to another good one is to have the Alexa ranking. It's another plugin. I'm just trying to get this one to work. Should be popping up a box. I don't know why it's giving 100% here. Maybe because the page is still loading. All right, that's why. Okay, so this Namecheap site, we'll use it as a sample. Okay, its load time is a bit slow. SEO friendly URLs doesn't have an H1 tag, doesn't have an H2 tag. They're the tags when you're writing in your blog, whether you have a heading 1 or a heading 2. It has a description and that type of thing. If we go back to mine, okay, mine's got a 93% score. Alright, you can see it shows, it's on and off too. It shows various links in yellow. It shows the inbound and outbound. Now, title tags always been a problem with mine. And turn it image tag, and it gives you the reasons why. This is what I like about it the most. What it says, 1 of 5 images do not have a tag. So when we were talking about putting in the value of what you're actually trying to do, so as far as when we put the picture in, we put flooding in it, and then we put a second line, big flood or something like that. That's what it's referring to, even though that page we're not referring to. As a page flow shows, which I have on my page, an H1 tag, which is a tag. Right, that would be an H1 tag just here. Google Plus circles and the social network toolbar. Now this is just to give you an idea. In this video I show how Google Plus circles work. That is actually an H2 tag. So you can go through to any website. Like we finally worked out, this is the SEO doctor. And it doesn't matter where you are. It will give you the details. It's given the score for the flexibility. Now this is their own website, right? This is not actually the theme itself. This is their website, but you can see it's got a good load time. Pretty much, you know, they've got it worked out here. So I hope that answers the question regarding how you can find SEO. There is another WordPress plugin as well, which is a paid plugin, which you can get for actually on your blog. As you're writing your blog, it will give you all the errors. I believe that's a bar somewhere. And there's another one, which I'm a bit slack using. Let's see what I've got still up. I don't know if it's still up, but that's pretty much covers that. Okay, so now I'm just going to go back, find the box. I thought it was worth covering, William. It sort of took a while, but everyone know what's going on. So does anyone have any questions? I'll tell you guys a little bit about marketing survival skills, because someone probably invited you here tonight. I'll just give you the rundown on what marketing survival skills is about. Pretty much, marketing survival skills is a training site. Just going to find that. The page. And here we go. This is the ranking for the one of the back offices of marketing survival skills out of interest. Okay, marketing survival skills is usually $10 a month. And what you get is a step-by-step system. Right now, Marketing Survival Skills is updating their site, and that's why it's free. This isn't a special offer. So when Marketing Survival Skills actually finishes the new site, which they had to build due to the fact of too many members and 2 different sites at the moment, they decided to spend quite a bit of dough and have a really good site. So, but there's a load of training available for free at the moment through Marketing Survival Skills. One of the things we talked about tonight was the unlimited hosting and Cpanel. If you're getting started or you just want to build sites, like I paid for hosting elsewhere, but any new sites I now put on Marketing Survival Skills, or will be, simply because it's free. And to keep the site running and to continue with the training, it's only going to be $10 a month. So you get the training site, and you also get webinars like this just for members, and on various different topics. So you can have pretty much have any domains you want, with no limits as far as bandwidth goes, with Marketing Survival Skills. And either build a website or build a blog like we were demonstrating tonight. We have Skype Mastermind support 20. Most of you would know who are members, which I'm in Australia right now, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. It's 8 p.m. on the East Coast in the US. So literally there are people around the clock online who can help you with questions about your online business, things to do with Facebook and Twitter and Google+. The other thing is there's a training series which you go through, which has 3 phases. Phase 1's about Facebook, Twitter. Phase 2 is online strategies, and then phase 3 is about video and Google domination. Once a week or twice a week, we have prospecting webinars where you can invite people, and if they like what we train on, you can sign them up and you can get paid $5 from the $10 a month which people pay when the site's back up being system. So the other thing we do have too, I'm not going to run through everything, is we have these capture pages where you can pretty much use this social media master series to give it away to build your list for your business. Because what happens in the master series is it's been designed so there's links to your primary business in the video giveaway. So it's a great way to list, and we have the pre-written autoresponders for that master series, which you can use pretty much with GetResponse, Traffic Wave, Aweber. But the other thing we have is a webinar archive, which if you join today is 100% free. You can access all the webinars from last year's webinars. Okay, and we also, as part of a partnership with Marketing Survival Skills, I run the social network toolbar, which has all the Marketing Survival Skills trainings. It has a bunch of trainings also from myself, and it has all the social networks you need. For instance, I've been covering Google Plus a lot. One of the reasons why I'm building a website, Google Plus, which is pretty much the equivalent to Facebook, but with a Google sort of oomph behind it. So a lot of people will be using Google Plus for business. So that toolbar is free for anyone to use. Now, like I said, someone invited you here. You need to get back to that person and get their username. All right. Right, now if you put this in, that won't get you very far. So you need to find out who invited you. They may have invited you by email. They may have invited you by Facebook or Plus or LinkedIn. Find out who invited you. And if you don't know who invited you, I'll put my Skype in, but it's the company AU, and you can talk to me and I'll find the right person for you. That happened last week and we got it all sorted out. So just put in my Skype into the address bar. Now you can add me on Skype and I will help you find out who invited you, because I can go through the webinar archives to find that out. So is there any further questions?
David Rollin did post a comment to you, and I posted it for you to read. I would like to say, on just in the matter of the MSS signing up, personally, before survival skills, my attempts at network marketing really ended in flops big time. And since I've been with Marketing Survival Skills, I have seen a definite turnaround. Some of it I already knew, and some of it I just needed a little tweaking on. But there was a lot that I learned that was new to me, so I do highly recommend that you check it out. If you decide that you don't want to be a part of it after the free part is over, you just opt out. So at this point, signing up for free isn't going to cost you anything, and you might actually be surprised at what you receive. All right, back to you, David.
That's right. I mean, I've been with Marketing Survival Skills pretty much since the beginning. And, you know, when Mike was doing a lot of the trainings, you know, I learned a lot of things. I've learned a lot from Adam, who also teaches for Marketing Survival Skills. And, you know, I've learned a few things even from you, Kath. Like, it's pretty much whatever sort of business you're in online, you know, you've got online, there's a lot to take in. So just go around in circles trying to find the next best thing. But what you really need to do is learn how to get yourself out there. It doesn't matter what business you're in. And with Marketing Survival Skills, like, I'm just trying to work out what I paid, but very little money, you know, for the content I've learned over time. I mean, I couldn't have done a webinar on WordPress blogging. I mean, I stuffed up my first WordPress blog with a matter of minutes. When I first set up my WordPress blog, I used to go in and sort it out. So, I mean, that's just one little example. I mean, Adam's SEO, and I've shown you just a little touch of SEO tonight. I mean, SEO is everything when you're trying to do a blog or you're trying to have a website. People need to find you. And then you've got the social networking. I mean, we really cover social networking on Marketing Survival Skills. And the things I've learnt and the do's and don'ts I've learnt just from the trainings we've got, and, you know, having these webinars is, you know, of value to me. And I've gone and looked at other people's trainings and thought, well, things have sort of clicked for me, but I've always found the Marketing Survival Skills way and the approach has always been the most beneficial to me. And, you know, especially about learning on building relationships. So make sure you get back to the person who invited you. And I'm sorry it wasn't a 100% perfect webinar, but I really wanted to sort of, you know, cover things. The way I like to teach is cover things where things do go wrong, and we sort of try and find a way around it. And that way, you know, which we're all human, and, you know, we can pretty much find a way around things and get things going. So it's all step by step. And that's the one thing I like about Marketing Survival Skills is it's all step by step. So on that note, guys, have a great night, and please, once again, get back to the people. Thanks, Roland. Appreciate that. And I'll see you guys on the next webinar.